Well, I've been promising a May mow for quite a while now. Uh, it's May 28th, so I did sneak one in. I mowed the dog's yard one night as I'm going to bed, and here comes the settings that I use. This is after the mid-May update, so I keep the dog's yard mowed pretty low, 1.2. I typically like to do a chessboard pattern, but there's no way that I'm going to be able to do a chessboard pattern tonight. So what it's going to do is it's going to do a couple of perimeter laps, and a lot of people have asked me why I have 4G. What do I use my 4G for? So that's what I'm going to do today, is kind of show you how I'm using it. I use this camera a lot. I mean, I actually use this camera, this feature, a lot. So right now the unit is right beside the Wi-Fi antenna. So of course Wi-Fi is strong. 4Gs, okay, 3 to 4 bars. I mean, that's typical for my area where I live at. And then the GPS. I've been having problems with my RTK lately. If I had time, I would, contact customer support. I'm fairly sure I need a new RTK, but anyway, more on that at the end of this video. So the point is, though, this is what I'm using the 4G for most of the time. I'm using it for video when my Wi-Fi goes out, and I have the way that my yards are set up. I basically have 3 different yards: the front yard, the backyard, or what I call the dog's yard, and then the back 40. The back 40 and the front yard are accessed through going through a metal storage shed. That's how you access those 2 yards. If you go through that metal storage shed, first off, somebody's got to raise the garage door. I really wish that they would come up with a MyQ. They need a MyQ setting so that the robot can open the garage doors for itself. So that's one reason why I use this video camera, so that I could see, first off, is the unit going to get in trouble? No, yes. And second off, is it done working? Does it need to go through the one of the garages? I like to watch it go through the garage just to make sure it doesn't hit anything. Also, I have the ability to stop it if something's in the way. If I forget, crap, I did put that box in its way, then I can pause it and run out there and take care of the box. So that's the other reason that I like to use this camera. But I also use this camera in the back 40 because there's a pond out there, and so I like to make sure that the robot's not going to go off course and go into the pond. So I also use this. I use this camera feed a lot. So that's what I'm going to show you here, and what I'll do is go ahead and roll this clip, and then we'll get into watching it actually mow using the app. So enjoy. Hopefully it didn't make you too sick. I'm going to go through, you can see it doing the perimeter laps right now. I got it set to 3 perimeter laps, and then it's going to do 3 laps around the no-go areas. I got it set at a 45% angle. Somehow, though, I screwed it up because it's doing the same angle both times. So I got to look at the settings and see what I did wrong. But anyway, it's going to sit here and go back and forth for about an hour and a half. I can't remember. And then I'm going to go to bed. And when I go to bed, I actually put the mower up, and it'll get stuck. And so I've actually got to go rescue it. So we'll watch it mow, and then I'll be back. So it's getting pretty late for me. I know most of you think that's hilarious, but I actually get up like 3 a.m. in the morning. So I'm watching it and I'm getting ready to pause it. Now you have two choices. If you don't pause it, then at below 16%, it'll just go back and recharge, and then it will continue trying to work. It'll go back out and it'll work. But if you pause it and you send it back to the charging station, it'll stay on the charging station until you tell it to go back to work. So that's just something, if you don't know, I use that all the time, where I'll want to pause it and I don't want it to go back to work. So that's my plan here. I'm going to pause it, and then when I pause it, I don't want it to go back to work. However, I didn't plan out the pause very well. See that metal overhang there? What it's doing is it's doing a line, it's doing its diagonal lines, still kind of drives like a drunk toddler, but anyway, once it gets under that, now I see the duck there, and I don't really want to run over my dog's duck either. So I tell it when I see that duck, I'm like, oh, I better get this thing to the charger and then go back and get the duck. So here in a minute, I'm actually going to send it. So you can see here I hit pause. Okay, then you got to back out because you got to get to where the charging, where the return to charger is, and it takes me a minute to remember. Oh yeah, that's right, I got to flip it this way. Okay, so I click on the return to charger. See, the height goes back up, right? But here's the problem. It's under that overhang. And remember I was telling you I'm having problems with my RTK, right? Well, the RTK is just right of that shed. The charger's on the right-hand side of the shed door, and then the RTK is just right of that shed. Plenty of visual. It has plenty of everything. It can definitely see the mower from where the mower's at. Now, it is not paused. It just says poor positioning status. It should not have poor positioning status because there's definitely line of sight to that RTK. But for some reason, the RTK goes out. And I don't know why, but I really needed to go to the charger. So I wait for it, right? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to wait. So I wait quite a few minutes. And so I sped that up, but you don't realize it because I waited for 5 minutes. It never did reconnect. So what I had to do is I had to go out and get the robot. So maybe one day I'll be able to contact support and get that problem solved. But anyway, if you made it to this far in the video, I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe for more content. Thanks.